Hi, everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy, and this is Harrow, the Blighted Plain. I never get that right. It never comes out right. One of these days, probably the last episode, I'll finally get it right. It is by Underground Oracle, who are good friends of the channel. We love them and their work. And it is powered by Cypher System by Monty Cook Games, who we also love the work of and have run many games and love most of them. I'm not sure I love yet all of them. There's a couple that I'm like, maybe. I want to say we have a backer kit running right now for a product that we have called a Midwinter's Terror. It is an adventure for Cypher System, modern adventure, with a Christmassy theme. It's Christmas, so how could anything go wrong in that? Except Krampus. It's not Krampus though. I will say it is not at all Krampus. So I'm going to drop a link in if anybody wants to check it out. And let's do the best thing and get everybody in here because they're much cooler than me anyway. 1 second. All right. So why don't we go around, let everybody say hi, say where they can be found, what they're up to. Why don't we start with, let's start with Jens, who the pirate of the hour.
Howdy. Yes, currently being pursued by an angry mob. Hey there, I'm Jens Pulsar, and I'm being played by Marlon Dance-Hooi. Is this my real voice? I'll never tell. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. Marlon's voice. That guy Marlon voiceover. Various things. I have a link tree. And Scott's going to pop that in there. Yeah, I just do the fun voice talking things. And I may or may not have an anime voice coming out, but I don't know. It's a secret. Yeah, so.
NDA.
That's me.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with Heliodor.
Hello, everyone. It's Crest here. I am the primary game master and producer / editor over at Many Stories, Many Games, the podcast. You can find me on Pillowfort with just the word Crest, and from there you can find your way to my other socials. I play Heliodor, the Icean Hisk light singer who awakens dreams, and I am currently in theater, oblivious to the mayhem about to be unleashed.
Yeah, maybe not oblivious for much longer.
Angry mobs make a lot of noise.
Yep. Z.
Hi, I play Appalachia, the chrysalis stealthy rover who explores dark places. I am above table, breaking the fourth wall. Kayla, justkay, DM dalliance, depending on where I joined, what social platform or place on the internet at what time, and if my name was already taken or not, as the old days of the internet went.
All the challenges.
Yeah.
All the challenges.
You might recognize me from my independent work under DM Dalliance, including all of the fun free things that I do, which include crazy things like having the Pumpkin King as your warlock patron, playing a barbarian subclass that scream rages to heal your friends. You may recognize me from projects I've done with other creators, like Encounters in Candlekeep, Adventurers Domestic Handbook, Subclasses Revivified, or you might recognize me as the general manager of Underground Oracle Publishing, and the crazy amount of things we do there, including Harrow the Blighted Plain, which is out. Go get it. It's a 300-page book. You can read it.
313-page book.
Yeah, you can read it. You can use it as home defense. You can do a lot with it. We also have a ton of stuff coming out at the end of this year and the beginning of next year. So follow me on the social media. We'll be posting about that. We have up right now the follow pages for a Cypher collection Kickstarter and for our next setting book, which is going to be in Daggerheart instead of Cypher this time. Foxfire.
Treason.
Go check that out. It's part of our new 3-prong approach. We're doing Cypher, Daggerheart, and Black Flag moving forward. So you'll be seeing tons of things from us. We pump out a ridiculous number of things for 3 people. So keep an eye out for all of that. And I have a secret thing that comes out at the beginning of next year. So also keep an eye out for that. That is all of my blathering for today.
All right, Vey.
Hello, my name is Jayke. I play Vey. I am an author, real-life poet, things, all of that nature. I've written D&D homebrew. I am about to release my first poetry collection next year, and things of that nature. I'm sure there's a link tree being thrown in the chat right about now that you can look at all that stuff on. And I am playing Vey, a half-explosive, half-medical Kelf, and we'll see what happens when Jens brings the Bob over.
All right, and Malcolm.
Hello, I'm Malcolm Keel, Captain Malcolm Keel. I'm being played by Alex Newman, 7-minute GM. I've done a lot of stuff, but upcoming, you can find me in the UK at Dragon Meet in 2 weeks, where I will be teaching and running some games for Monte Cook Games. After that, you can catch me in Philadelphia. No, sorry, you can catch me here in Boston at Everwinter Nights, again, teaching and running some games. Then Philadelphia for the Philadelphia Area Games Exposition, teaching a whole bunch of stuff in the Monte Cook room and or area, and also running an original Old Gods of Appalachia game. And I also do a lot of stuff in the game. I'm a Hisk, a 6-foot-tall rat person who wields a blighted weapon, like a magic sword, basically.
Oh no, it's blighted, not magic. There's no magic.
Sorry, I said like a magic sword.
Tonight's episode is The Blade and the Bug. But before we get to that, there's been a request to maybe do a recap. And I think that the note taker should start it with everyone else throwing in their own mental notes as it rolls through. You up for that, Z?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm going to try to also do this in character, but I can't guarantee I won't break the 4th wall.
Break the 5th wall.
Oh no, too many dimensions. So we all wake up in the theater very drunk from the night before. And Heliodor, who's the first one up, opens the door to the bright sunlight, and we all have various screams, groans, and I'll close it. There's banging going on because the town square is getting decorated for the Aurora Dance, which is a big festival with lots of partying and stalls and fun things. There's a giant weird thing in the middle of the town. We have no idea what it is. Not suspect at all. There's when they do get to the door to be like, yo, bro, close it. It's too bright. They do spy a Hisk eyeballing the theater. And then Zygo's hoods and goggles to just kind of like check out what is going on. And Jens and the others follow to various degrees. Zy overhears rumors from wet cog workers that say things like, I can't believe they got it. That's going to be brilliant. Welk's Gliders is bringing something in. And so she's like, oh, that's not good because we don't like Welk's Gliders. They're kind of dickish. So she gives Malcolm the storm incoming signal. Jens and Vey spot them, so they come over. We disperse the info. Heliodor runs into Amon Welk, who is the captain of Welk's Gliders. He tries to poach Heliodor, gets shot down.
Trap.
It was totally a trap. Malcolm and Amon have barbs back and forth. Eventually, Malcolm offers to help the candy vendors that start coming into town to set up a table in front of the theater. Lies and says there will be shows and things. So
Lies.
Jens,
Plenty
Vey,
of shows.
and Zai get to work making sure there are more tables around us and actually performers and things to keep up with that. Heliodor spots someone out of the corner of the eye and follows them. Zai spots them leaving and is like, back up. So kind of like quietly follows without saying anything. Turns out not to be anything much. It's a Kelth old woman with a limp and a staff with cages filled with orange and black bugs. No markings or symbols, so they stop following and go back with Zai to the group. Zai starts trying to drop rumors and hints, etc., to just, get all the little smaller drink places, upsetty spaghetti with wet cog, because they're not our favorite. They kicked out Jens. And so now we have to deal with hearing that he can't go to the big drinking place, and so we can't go to the big drinking place because I guess solidarity or some crew thing.
Yes, solidarity.
Yeah.
They have guards on the giant thing in the town square that's under wraps. It's about 12 feet tall, 2 to 4 feet wide, tooth-shaped. They tries to get opinions and info on it. We find out or confirm that it was brought in by the Welks Gliders yesterday and is a gift to the town that the elders are really excited about. Malcolm shakes down the candy table and offers patrols and protections.
It
It
sounds so ugly.
For a little bit of candy, a little bit of trade.
I thought he was offering them protection, not
security, not protection.
Right,
it's the difference. Big difference.
They asked Malcolm about what they learned. They really wants to deal with the guards to get under the cloth. All of that planning starts going on. The Aurora dance kicks off because the bell gets rung as the bioluminescent bugs start getting spotted. Jen steals 2 barrels of alcohol from the wet
My guy.
Yeah, we needed him. We very clearly
very
needed
important.
him.
Very important.
Extremely.
Zai's up in the rafters looking out one of the windows and sees that the wet cog workers realize that the 2 barrels are gone. So she's like, probably should hide the barrels, put the alcohol in bottles.
Which was a smart move.
Yeah. Wet cog
Smart
workers
move.
start looking for it. Captain Evelyn Molari, who's the local law enforcement, comes in to shake us down. Part shakedown service, part legit is what my note says. They are looking for
legit in that she's actually the captain of a city official. It's a shakedown in that.
Yeah.
She's
looking for the theater owner, but we say he's not here at the moment, but happy to pass along messages. Malcolm deals with her, working out the whole permit thing, and she essentially tries to shake us down for 40%, which
crazy amount.
bejeebas. Crazy amount to assume you can shake us down for when we're not open.
40% to nothing is nothing.
Yeah. Leaves Ting to keep an eye on us as we fix the inside. They and Jen's come up with a plan to get under the tarp, and it's just distract the guards. We're figuring out the rest.
We were building up to it, all right?
Zai notices wet cog workers still looking for the booze, so we disassemble the barrels, and the plan is for Zai to get the broken down barrels onto the boat and splash around some of the alcohol so it looks like they took it and drank it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what Zai did. Walked off onto the watersheds, got on the boat. That's where they were from that point on.
You're the competent one.
Found out that they had salvage from the ship that got knocked down, howling gassed when we were in the race of the Triad. And so I was like, shit, and started working on getting the nameplate off of the part of the salvage that they had gotten up. While that's happening, the elders get everyone's attention and start unwrapping the thing in Times Square. It's the figurehead from the Howling Gas. They call up Jens, call them out for what they did, and say that this is in honor of the Grinning Jack, which is our ship. And the speech essentially ends with like the line that they're going to scrub our names from logbooks. And then Jens has his own speech, which I just put hell of a speech, holy hell, in my notes.
It was a good speech.
It was a really good speech, but it ended with an angry mob chasing after him. Because the next line of my notes just says angry mob time. And he goes dashing off towards the table where Vay and Malcolm are sitting. I'm guessing
under the table.
Yeah, in hopes of having some backup. Zai is still on the ship.
I'm Indiana Jonesing that shit.
Yeah. I'm in the theater.
For the moment.
So that's
also, I want to make it clear that Jens is wearing pants because it wasn't made clear from the start.
Okay.
So that's what happened last
the whole
time
character arc
on Dragon Ball Z. So that's where we're at.
Anybody want to add anything to that?
We are sitting at the table with the crew of the gnome.
Welks gliders.
Welks gliders.
Welks glider. Armon. It's Armon.
Amon.
Amon.
Wasn't Amon the one who gave the speech?
No, it was
one of the elders.
Yeah.
No.
And I brought Amon a peace offering because I was very, very nice. I brought him some honey from the mound, which I got from one of the vendors, which I actually paid money for. Didn't have to.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I know. Now he owes you. Oh shoot! How's that going?
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens.
It depends on if you punch him in the face or not in the next 30 seconds.
Honey, mob.
I'll say there was one moment where the dancing had begun and someone had yelled out something about
that's the Great Sphere.
The Great Sphere, and which didn't make any sense, but it didn't matter. It was just kind of getting the dance started, and then he walked out of the dance and the party began.
I'm just hoping the barrels that we planted are going to really get Amon in trouble.
I haven't gotten to that part yet. I was cleaning up the other mess.
Ah, man.
So,
well, I don't know that.
We're going to start with sliding under the table. As you slide under the table, Jens, you see just above your face blades come through the wood from people who came down thinking you were going to go over the table and they planted their blades through. And you realize they pushed hard enough to go through the wood. That would have really hurt.
Yeah, I don't think these people are in any kind of reasonable mood, so I'm just going to keep skedaddling. I'm going to tell my friends. It's like, Mal, Vay, you got trouble?
Can I get a speed defense roll for you, please?
You think?
Speed defense. Okay, rolling a d20. My first roll of the game. That is a 6.
Well done,
nice.
Sir.
So you slide under, and you feel a nick of a blade just catch you. Not enough to do damage, but enough to feel that these blades are sharpened and ready for use.
Oh boy.
A question. Now that I think about it, Malcolm and Vay, do they even know about the speech?
Yeah,
we heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, but just checking.
Yeah, the courtyard that we are sitting in faces the main square.
Just double checking.
Sidewalk cafe type thing.
Heliodor, you and Z up high in the rafters are able to look over the wall or through the windows out into the courtyard, and you see, after the speech happens, a very quick flash of movement Jen slides under a table and you see a mob come down, blades plant into the wood, and other people start, I wouldn't say lining up, not like cartoon characters, but gathering around to try and get theirs in.
Isn't Z
His
halfway
eyes on the
across-
boat still.
Yeah.
I'm
His eyes
sorry,
hanging
not
from the
Z.
side of the boat.
You're right.
Yeah.
Z is coming back from the boat. That's right. Yeah, just you then.
Still on the boat.
And can I get a perception check from you, Heliodor?
What stat is that again?
Int. Do you have any skill in perception? Anything
No.
that you
It'd be like
Okay.
It'd be trained in perception.
Yep. Oh, okay. It's just an int roll.
13.
13. As this is happening, you hear and the door to the theater has opened and closed.
Okay.
So you hear simultaneously you hear the door open and close, and you see the mob come down on Jen, and you don't even see Jen. Jen slid. It looked like
Right.
under a table, but then the mob just converged on it
Oh.
in mass.
Okay, I know the speech happened, but I don't know what was said, yes?
You know that it was. You heard enough to know that it was basically a shaming of the ship, and a casting off of your rights to respect in the town as ship people. I don't know. Is there a gender neutral term for people?
They're passing judgment on exiling us, basically.
Along those lines, or murdering you. Looks like it could be any of those two. Although I guess
Okay.
a murder isn't exiling; it's just the harshest kind.
The harshest exile from life.
First things first, Heliodor's gonna look at and see who it is that came in.
You see the old Kelf woman with the staff and the bugs, and she sort of takes a few steps and sits down in one of the chairs and leans the staff against the table. Just looks like she's resting.
May I help you? I call down from the rafters.
Oh, I'm just getting off my feet for a moment. It looks like it's going to be a mess out there.
Indeed.
You don't mind, do you?
No, it's fine. This place has been used for far worse purposes. Excuse me. And then I leap down from the rafters and I'm gonna go to the front door.
Can you leap down dramatically? Is there some cool way to leap down?
No, I just
There are
do a
ropes
hop.
hanging everywhere and sandbags. I'm sure
There is. So yeah, I could
Give me your lamest dismount.
pretty much. I don't do anything super fancy, but I do just do like a neat enough hop. And then I open up the front door and I look out and I am going to roar, and I apologize because I myself personally cannot scream. I roar, "What is the meaning of this?"
All right. We'll get back to you in a moment. Malcolm, you and Vay are in the town square, although you're actually actually Vay was right there at the table too, because
Yeah, we're both sitting at the
you're
table.
both sitting at the table, and you see Amon just ear to ear grin, enjoying what's happening, and you see blades start to get pulled from all around the table. Amon doesn't move. Can I get initiative rolls from those in that area, which would be Jens, Malcolm, and Vay?
Sure.
Z, you are moving towards there, but you're not close enough to do combat unless you're going to use range stuff. So actually, you know what? I am going to give you. You should do an initiative roll too.
I didn't leave the boat unless I have the the nameplate in hand, and
You
the
do.
barrel and booze on the ship.
Yeah, you had gotten it on, and you had gotten the plank, and then all the stuff happened, and it was actually pretty easy to move at that point because their attention was
Okay.
drawn in.
I will roll initiative, but I just want to also say, if I got the booze and stuff on the thing as I got back on the water sands to run and help, I would 100% throw something flammable in the ship.
Make an initiative roll then. Let's see how that works.
18.
All right. Malcolm, what did you have?
14.
Vay?
13.
Jens?
15.
Oh, I'm done.
Do I
before
add
it's
anything
over.
to that?
Are you trained in initiative
Initiative?
actions?
Let's see. I don't. No, just social interactions.
Yeah. No. And what did you say the number was? I didn't hear it. Oh, 15.
15.
Helio, why don't you make me an initiative roll too? So that I don't have to figure it out if you decide to engage in this party.
Speed?
Just a 20-sided die roll.
Yep.
Oh.
20.
17.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Z, you slide off the boat and how do you try and light this on fire?
Okay, so I have Fleet of Foot as a knack, which I can do a short distance as part of another action. So ship plate is in my bag.
Arm. Yep. Our hand, right?
Or whatever little thing
it's
I
too
have.
big to go in the bag. It's a little bit too big for that.
Okay. Barrel bits
Go
on boat,
comfortably.
booze on boat. I'm going to drop some sort of like flint locket and just slide off the ship and go a short distance. I'm going to spend the 2 speed points I need to do Fleet of Foot. Just light the boat on fire and go away.
So you're gonna try and flint the oil, or the liquor that's on the ground, and then hop over the rail into the sand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can I get flint lighting a fire? I think that's going to be a speed roll because you're trying to do it fast and move through quickly. So why don't you give me a speed check?
Okay. I do have I am trained in survival, and
I'll give you an easing for that.
I do have flint in my equipment.
Okay, I'll give you an easing for the survival. I think that works.
So that's gonna be a 14.
Okay. You see what's happening on the shore. You pull your flint out quickly, spark it, and you see it catch fire right on the deck a little bit. And you head to the rail.
Awesome. The short distance, I'm not
off.
going to go towards the group. The short distance, I'm going towards our boat.
Okay.
I'm going to be the getaway car.
Right. Okay. So you are now in the sand and making your way. Are you going stealthy? Or are you not worrying about that?
I mean, at this point, I'm assuming everyone is focused on trying to kill Jens. They're not really worried about anything else. So like I'm crouched a little bit, but I'm not like going as stealthily as I was the first time to sneak on the boat. I'm just like trying to make my way to the boat and like keep an eye on them.
Okay. Heliodor, you see the craziness. You say those words and nobody replies or stops. You just see a fight a brewing. Not a brewing, a happening. The vendors in front of the place are starting to pull their wares down and try and pull them into alleys wherever they can get it to be less at risk. Do you want to do anything, or are you going to stay back? Heliodor?
Oof.
I'm here. I'm thinking. That's all. Sorry.
Okay.
Righto. Dreamcraft. I'm going to pull an image from a dream into the waking world.
Oh.
Okay. You need to spend an int to do that.
Yep.
All right. So what is the image you're going to conjure up from your dreams?
I am just trying to I'm just going for something like a solid black color it's only covering up. I am trying to create a pause to all of this.
Well, it won't. The dream image can't control other people. It can make
I know,
them
but
believe
like I said,
something,
I'm
but
just trying. I'm like basically throwing a dark blanket over top of everyone to like get them to halt.
let me see how big that goes. How big of an area does that cover? So that may be too big of an area. Let me look. An immediate distance in diameter. So it can't do one that big. That's too big of an area to do. It would be like right around you, or that amount of space.
Basically, fingertip to fingertip.
Yeah.
Or
And in
5
that
foot
case-
square for your D&D players.
Do you want me to come back to you? While you're thinking, I'm gonna think of that as a hold action, and you can hop in a moment. Jens, you're next. You slide under, and you feel legs come up around the table, and blades come down, and you see that there are places to scoot out, but not without being felt. So you're not gonna get out without them knowing. And they all know you went under the table. So
That's right.
Is he under is he under the
No.
table where Vay and I are sitting?
no, he's under the first table he could go to, and
Okay.
yours was across a walkway between that and there.
Fine.
So there's some space.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look. All right. Okay, so I think I'm going to. Now, do I have any attack? I kind of don't really have any, and I don't think I have my weapons with me. I think I probably left them at the.
Yeah.
I left them at the theater. So I am just gonna straight up shoot through the nearest gap. I don't care if they know my presence. I'm just gonna go through, and I don't care if I take some people down with me as well.
Which direction do you want to scoot? Toward the theater, away from the theater, or towards the table that Amon's Welks and Malcolm were at, and Vay were at?
How?
Or you could actually scoot back out onto the side of the harbor.
Yeah, just checking. Did Z set the Amon's boat on fire?
You don't know
that-
that
We don't know that. Okay.
because you wouldn't see it
Oh.
yet. It was happening as this was happening.
Yes, that is true. That is true. That would be out of character knowledge. I think Jens has a bright idea to lead the mob towards Amon's boat. Yeah, towards yeah. So I think maybe I can like jump on the boat and then they'll just be surging into his boat and I can try and escape off the side. So that's where I'm shooting through.
Okay, so you're gonna head out the way you came. You see all the legs around. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go the opposite of that. All of that.
Yeah, I'm like,
All right.
nope. I go through. I see the legs. I'm like, okay, not it.
All right. So you're gonna make a speed
Making the speed roll.
roll, and
Boom.
do you have any
What is
skills
that?
with dodging and avoiding and all that kind of stuff?
I don't believe I do. I believe all my skills are social,
Okay.
as far as I am aware. And perception. Social and perception.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Ooh. That's a nat 20, folks.
Ooh, nice.
Malcolm, you see Jens hop out the other side really gracefully and with speed, and you get a major effect. I'm going to give you a major effect for this. So what would you like to have happen when you slide out of there in addition to just sliding out?
I would like to have their blades, like someone's stuck a blade at a weird angle at the edge of the table, and they've relinquished it because they haven't been able to pull it back out. I'd like to use that as leverage to pull myself out and pull the blade with me, and then sort of do a backflip, spring onto my hands, and then whoop. head
You're
off,
now
waving my
bladed.
blade in the air.
You're now bladed.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought of something, though I'm not sure it's possible.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call up a big ball of colored fire over my head, and I'm just gonna launch it over people's heads.
Okay.
Yes.
Over
It's
people's
illusionary.
heads towards like where the mob is.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to
Okay.
get a stop to this.
Okay.
And I know it'll break apart, but like I said,
Yeah.
I'm just catching attention.
All right, Jen, you hop out of this thing and you see out from down the ways like a fireball coming towards this area.
Oh, holy moly. Okay, am I able to perceive whether that has like some punch behind it, or do I recognize the type of blight that is being used?
I think it
Like, would there
look-
be any way for me to see to know whether that's an illusion?
I don't think so. In the amount of time you're having, it's fast.
Okay, and head
think you
right
just know
toward
it's
where I'm
fire.
going,
It's like right to the center of the table,
right to the center of the table.
which you slid out.
All right. Yeah, sure. Right, Mel, Vay, look out! And then I'm just gonna keep, barrel rolling or like forward tumbling through
Right.
the crowd.
Down onto the port, the walkway.
That's right. I'm on the port. I'm on the boardwalk, baby.
If the illusion lands and like dissipates, am I still allowed to speak again or no?
Yes. How do you want it when it lands? What do you want it to do as its dissipation?
Nothing. It can just dissipate. That's it. Like I said, I'm just trying to get people's attention. I'm just trying to get them to stop in place.
Okay.
So as it crash lands and dissipates into nothingness, I go, I repeat, what is the meaning of this?
And a couple people turn and say, "That's one of them. That's one from the ship, from their ship." And you see a couple people turn and start heading towards you, and blades start to come out, Heliodor. And then your fire hits the tables, the center of the table, and dissipates into the table. And people jump away when it hits. And then when it doesn't explode or do anything, they actually look maybe angrier at that than if it was real fire, but also relieved that it wasn't real fire. Malcolm, you and Vay are both right there, and you're within an initiative number of each other, so you can work interchangeably. You can work in whatever order you want. What do you two want to do? It looked like when Heliodor threw this fireball and it hit the table, it didn't hit with any impact, it seems, and it dissipated quick. And when he yelled out, all it seemed to do was draw more attention to him, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Jens
What-
is running towards us or towards the
is running towards the docks. He's
Okay,
he's
towards
running
the docks.
basically
All right.
back through the town square and towards Z, although
Away from you two, actually.
away from us, which is very kind of him.
But you do hear blades being drawn at this table
Yeah.
also. Or are drawn.
I will if Vay is not taking an immediate action. I'm asking.
I would be watching you to see what you do
All right,
first.
take my. All right.
Okay.
Well, I am going to leap up onto the table. I'm trained in jumping. If you want me to make the roll,
No, you don't need it
but
for that.
and
Be a level one.
yeah.
Tier one.
Clap my hands together above my head, and yell to the, listen to me, hey, listen to me, you're not angry that we cheated. Of course we cheated. Every town cheats. Cheating is baked into the rules. If we're If we're guilty of something, we are guilty of cheating too enthusiastically and maybe not too well. You think you're angry, but you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed that this town, the Eye, has been tainted by a crew that attempted to win the race for the Triad through trickery and screwed up. There are worse reputations for a town to have. You could be a town that's a plague town, or you could be a town that's known for cheating strangers, or you could be a town that murders people. And what you're going to do next is going to change the reputation of this town across the continent forever. I'm just asking you to think before you do something you regret. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or for the rest of your life. Put down your weapons and set aside your anger. I'm not asking you to do it for us. I'm asking you to do it for yourselves. Look, you're sailors and you're farmers and you're tradesmen and you're tavern keepers and your mothers and fathers and, singers of songs and but I doubt that 1 in 50 of you has ever killed someone. And if you believe me about nothing else, believe me about this. Killing someone changes you permanently, deep inside, in a way that cannot be explained. And I know there are people out there who are terrified of the Hisk. And I know that there are people out there who are terrified of the members of the Armada. And I'm going to lean into that. If you kill him or us, you're going to change this town. And more than that, you're going to change yourselves. The crew of the Grinning Jack learned a hard-fought lesson from our shame and our screw-ups. We didn't talk to each other, and we didn't stand together. 5 of us each acted on our own, and we failed because acting alone, we had to fail. But we're standing together now, and if you come for him, or for him, or for him, you're coming for all of us. And we know what we are, and what we are prepared to do to save our friends. Do you know what you're going to do?
What do you do, Vay?
Okay, I have a couple ideas here, so give me a little bit, consider.
Malcolm, do you have any skill in
I have
persuasion or
I have
anything?
deception.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you a roll. The deception won't ease it. It's not the right kind of skill. You're not deceiving him. You're telling him the truth. The truth potentially.
Well, I am positioning us as though we are the people in the position of strength, which we definitely aren't. I also have a disadvantage, which I'm trying to lean into as an advantage. The members of the Armada are often way too intense for people, and so my pleasant social interactions are hampered. This is not a pleasant social interaction.
No, not at all.
So we'll do with that as you will, and I will.
It does not hinder you.
It does not hinder me. I will make a roll, and it's a 15.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry, I didn't say this beforehand. Can I put some effort into it?
You can.
Okay, then that's going to be intellect effort. Wait, I have innate power, so I'm actually going to take the points off of my might pool. But yeah, okay. So I have burned the appropriate number of points.
All right. So, Vay, as Malcolm is saying these things, you see some people sort of, I wouldn't say putting blades away, but you can see some of them are holding back a little bit. They're holding their action, maybe waiting for it to end or maybe waiting for something else to happen. What are you doing standing at the foot of this table or on the side of the table with him? Also, can you give me a perception check, Vay?
Yeah. I got another 13. It's my lucky number.
Hey.
Not enough for this one.
All right. And he's just at least distracting them pretty well, I would assume, with this.
He's drawn their attention.
Okay. So I have in my equipment a fire pouch. And I want to see if I can, while my good friend Malcolm is distracting, I want to see if I can light up a flame and get the table to start lighting on fire at the same time. Like kind of hidden down below, trying to get the table to light on fire while Malcolm is finishing this conversation or his speech.
I'm standing on the
That's
table,
the
Vay.
goal, trust me. So I want to see if I can light the table on fire is with my fire pouch while he's having this speech.
That's trying to de-escalate.
Or at least start it being on fire.
And two of us trying to escalate it. Jen, it's up to you. And oh my god, I said that. We're doomed.
Okay, now I'll roll for that. I have a natural 20.
Oh, you most definitely get it
Okay.
lit, and you get a major effect from it. What would you like that flame to really do?
I really want it to be kind of a scary distraction as my primary goal, so I want to see if I can have it almost not cover the table and hurt my good friend standing on it, but blaze up enough to kind of temporarily set people back, or not blind them, but daze them, and then start running, and give Malcolm the ability to run if he so wants to on his next turn.
All right. Where are you going to run, by the way?
Towards the docks.
Okay.
Hey.
So the table goes up in flames along the edge that Vay is on, and it's not even sure why it went up. It just did. And you see the flame, or you feel the heat of the flame, Malcolm. You also see Amon at that moment leap up, blade in hand, and tries to plant it into your foot. And he yells, "You don't have to kill them. We can just hurt them." And he tries to put a blade in your foot. Can I get a defense roll from you, please?
You can. That is a 17.
All right. You see it coming down before it gets to you.
He is sort of coming up to one
He's leaping
side
up
of
onto
me.
the table to try. Like
So he's jumped up on the table, or is
too. But he's lower. He's a gnome, so he's shorter. So he's trying to plant his dagger. It's actually not a dagger. It's a short sword into your foot.
It's a dagger. He's a gnome. Does he leave himself vulnerable to being smacked with my tail?
100%, yes.
Great. I will. I'm trained in tail, so the attack should be eased. And 13.
A 13 is a hit.
I do 4 points of damage.
Vay, when you started running...
Mostly I want to enjoy smacking him in the face with my tail.
Right. When you start running, you see the mob. They don't clear out for you.
Yeah.
And they do come... They start attacking you also.
I got this. No worries.
And when they attack in a mob like this, they attack as a level 3 creature when they're in groups of 3 or more here. I'm sorry, in groups of 2 or more. So the 2 of them that are coming down attack as a level 3. So you're rolling a 9, and they either hit or don't collectively.
Like a giant. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And this, I assume this is might, not speed.
Yes.
Okay. Because I think I have something bad here. Hold on. I think I have a negative here of some kind. Maybe I don't. I thought I did. No? Maybe I'm crazy. Alright, well, I'll roll. I thought I had a negative somewhere here for this. Of some kind. But I cannot find it, so...
A hindrance against fighting multiple people?
No, against... well, I think it's if I get hit. Not anything else. Okay. I got a 10, is what I got.
Okay. And you are moving quickly towards it. There are not, so they are 9. So you're good to go.
Yeah.
They just missed, but they were really close.
Very close.
Yeah, and it was 2 blades coming from different spots, so you kind of had to make a move to get a little bit out of the way of the blades, or to block the blades. Probably because using might, you're probably actually defending against them physically with your own blade craft.
Yep.
Let's go to Z. Back to the top of the initiative. Z, you are out of the boat, moving towards your own boat. It's a bit of a move, and it does. In moving through the sand, the water sand is not fast, but I think you move. Are you hindered by the water sand, or do you move at normal speed on it?
So I am crystal gifted as a chrysalis, so I move across the water sands as though it were solid ground.
Okay, so you're able to move to it. Can I get? Are you trying? And you said you're not trying to move stealthy. Can you make me a perception check for the 2 people on the deck of the other ship?
Sure.
I'll let you make that roll. Let's see if either of them see you. They're distracted, but you're not trying to be, trying to hide your movement either. So they cancel each other out.
5.
Okay. Hey, one of them was on our ship. And you see them turn and pull a bow.
How far from our ship am I? Like, what range am I from our ship?
You're probably medium range at this point. It's not far. Your ship was not far from their ship. It's on the same dock and everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna use fleet of foot again, because another part of that knack is that if I spend the speed points, I can move a long distance as my entire turn. So I just want to get to the ship.
Okay.
I gotta get the ship going, because this has gone bad. This is going bad. The only good place is on the sands.
Make me a speed defense.
Yes.
And don't worry, if you get hit, it'll just be in your back.
20.
All right, nice.
All right, let's go.
The arrow goes past and disappears into the water sand, and you are moving up. And
try again.
You get to the boat and are able to climb up, or even leap to the side and pull yourself up, because the water sand is ground-like for you.
Yep, and I'm also trained in climbing, bouncing, and jumping, so I'm just scrambling onto the ship as fast as possible.
Like a cat climbing up a wall.
Yeah.
All right. Heliodor, you see some people coming towards you.
Doesn't Jens go before me?
No, Jens goes after you. You're 17. Jens is 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the Z is first, you're second. Then it's Jens, Vay, and Malcolm, who are within one of each other. They can actually... I allow people that are within one of each other to change the order and plan if they want.
Okay.
Actually, you and Z are within one of each other too, but you're so distant, I just don't see it. So,
give me the lay of the land, please.
Okay, so Malcolm made a public speech, a loud, boisterous one that did actually slow some people's thoughts. Actually, your fire made people kind of back away from the table Jens was sliding out from under. And Vay then started running towards the docks where Jens was going. And Malcolm is now on a table that is suddenly going up in flames. Maybe your fireball actually did do it.
And I'm assuming
be
I
fun.
heard
The
Amon.
speech.
Yes.
Oh, and you saw Amon jump up to try and plant his blade into Malcolm's foot, which is really an offense to a Hisk.
How far away is Amon?
Well, his back is turned to you, and for you it would be a long move. You'd have to do some running.
What about Onslaught, though? Would I be able to fire an energy blast at him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to just use Onslaught. I'll burn another point, and I will just fire energy at him. And as I do so, can I have it, my eyes be glowing? And when I say something? Okay. I say, you filthy ass. On the day of the Aurora dance, you pull this nonsense instead of doing something that can actually help the town like we've been doing?
Okay. Make your
Oh,
blast.
Heliodor.
Yeah.
Call out
Tell him.
their disrespect of the cultural moment.
So,
Do you have persuasion, by the way?
no, I don't.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything about rolling. It just says I use it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
onslaught
it just
does
hits.
onslaught
Yeah,
just
Onslaught,
does
it
do
just
damage.
hits. Yeah.
How much damage does it do? Oh, poor Amon.
4, I think.
Yep.
Yep, 4. All right. You hit Amon, and Malcolm, you see this blast come from down the road, and Heliodor unleashes a blast that hits Amon in the back while he's on the table, had tried to put the dagger in, and you see he just sort of lights up in like this glow of pain. Ah!
Thank you, Heliodor.
And as that happens, the two people that were heading down towards you, Heliodor, they back away and start going the other way. They don't want anything to do with that, whatever that is. And the door opens, and the old lady with the staff walks past you down towards the fight. All right, good shot. Jens, you are next. What are you doing now that you see that the other ship is going up? You can see now that there's some fire on the back of it, on the aft. It's not a big fire yet, but it'll grow, of course. And they don't seem to notice it, at least not yet. They're shooting an arrow. One of them shot an arrow at Z, who you see climbing onto your own ship.
Okay.
And you do hear the sound of people behind coming after you, although they're not as fast as you.
Yeah. So, just to clarify, the crew of the was it the wind cutter? Sorry, of Welk's gliders, is going. They're focused on me and on the other ship. Like they haven't seen me yet, and they haven't seen the fire yet.
Correct.
And they've
only seen
cool.
Z. They had shot at Z. One of them isn't shooting anything, but one of them shot an arrow at Z when they realized Z had come off their ship.
Okay. Clarification question. How long will it take me to put on a disguise kit? And follow-up question, has any of the crowd seen me yet?
Oh, the crowd sees
Like, have
you.
I lost them?
Of anybody here, there's only two people that they for sure see. Malcolm and you. And now someone's starting to look down the road at Heliodor, too.
Okay. Is there
So you're
any...
seeing, you couldn't do a disguise in front of all of them. They would
No.
see it.
Is there any alleyway or something I could duck into?
Only if you turn away from the docks and head either to the right or left and head either towards the theater area or away from the theater area.
All right. In that case, what I'll do is I'll follow my original plan, and it's like, ooh, that fire is going to get out of control. All right, time to make some mischief. I run full tilt at the towards the ship.
Which ship?
Towards Welk's ship. The Welk skimmer.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I try and just outpace the crowd. And I'm also keeping my eyes on a swivel around for any potential hiding spots before the ship. If I don't find any, I'm just going to jump into the ship or try to board it.
Well, there are a bunch of other ships here, so hiding spots could be one of any number of the ships that are along here. If you can get in without being seen, that's the problem. Is that with people following you up, they're watching you as they're chasing you.
Yeah. Let me see if I got anything here. No. Any animals around? Or beasts?
Well, there's all the bugs that are starting to come out of the water. Real beasts?
No.
I mean, there's
I can't-
probably, what is the dog equivalent? Z? is there a
The
dog
caravan
equivalent?
beasts by chance? Possibly.
I'm totally probably gonna get this creature wrong. So it is. There's a lizard creature that acts like a dog and a mount, especially in the mound, that the guards use.
There's one of those on one of the ships on your right.
Awesome.
Your ship and the Welks gliders are both on the left of the dock.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna still take a beeline straight for Welks gliders.
Okay, can you make me a speed defense roll?
Alrighty. Where's my D20? Come on now. Oh, that is a 9.
Okay, so you're running and there is a small dagger that was thrown that just gets you.
No.
You don't have armor, right, of any kind?
No, I don't have any. Oh, wait, hang on. I got a leather jerkin, but that's it.
Okay, well that leather is an armor 1 in most cases. So you take 1 point of damage from the dagger going into the backside of you. And
All
someone
right.
I got him! And you still hear them coming.
Yeah. Why do I take my 1 off?
From your
Feet or
might.
might, I believe. Or is it?
It's usually might. Unless,
Okay, cool.
Unless it's specifically aimed at like something
legs
on
or
purpose,
something.
like the legs or something,
Yeah.
right? And nobody's aiming.
All right, sweet. Okay, cool.
All right. So what are you doing when you get to you're next to boats now?
Yeah.
So you have decisions to make. You
All
have
right,
things
what
to
I'm going to do. Okay. I am going to, because I'm trained in perception style skills, I am going to take a look to see what the best ship, like the one that would provide the most cover or the one that's easiest for me to access
Well,
immediately.
your own ship is probably the easiest for you to access because nobody would try and keep you from it. Welks Gliders is further down, but it has a couple of
Okay.
people on it. Most ships have at least one person on it.
Okay.
Not
okay.
all of them. The one with the Beast of Burden on the deck has one person also on it, but most of them are not like. There's people who are adventurers like you guys, and there's people who sail for other reasons, catching food or just simple trade from village to village. Those ships tend to be a little bit less, I would say, less hardy and less built for risk. And that's the majority of the ships, actually. Even in an adventuring town, that's the majority of the ships.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna jump onto the ship or try to board the ship with the Beast of Burden in it. And if somebody tries to stop me, I am going to use my Calm Stranger.
All right.
On him.
When you jump onto the ship, run up the
Gangway.
gangway.
Run up the
Thank you.
gangplank.
Trying to remember the word.
Yeah, the gangway. Yeah.
You see the person, like their eyes go bug-eyed wide, seeing someone coming up with a mob coming after them, and they back away and put put themselves on the other side of the beast of burden, and they pull out a stick.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna say, hey friend, listen, I'm in a bit of a sticky situation here. That group of people ain't got nothing to do with me. I just need a place to crash for a little bit. I'd really appreciate it if you just let me go below decks for a little bit, and then I'll come straight back out. I'll be honest, I gotta use the head.
And he doesn't say anything, and he just stays behind the animal.
All right, appreciate you. Okay, I duck through the door below decks.
All right. Can you make me a perception check for the mob?
All right, perception check for the mob.
This is-
Roll low,
You are
roll
hindered
low.
you are hindered on this, so.
I am hindered. Okay. Hup. Oh, it's a 6.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
All right, Jens, you did. All right. Malik and Vey, what are you two doing?
I have a question. Clarification question. Where am I? I know I started running towards the docks, but I have seen the whole Jens running on a boat situation going on.
Well, you
here.
saw him running down the dock and people following him, but they were all the way at the end of the dock and they were chasing him. That's why they threw a knife. So, you will have to get to Jens, you'll have to fight your way through some number of people or somehow get around them in another way if you wanted to go down right where he was.
All right. Malcolm, do you want to do I have a plan, but I want to see if you want to do anything first.
I think my plan. I'm also a fleet of foot, so I can both attack and move a long distance. And I think my plan is to take a parting shot at the gnome and then catch up with you.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that affects your actions at all.
My plan is I'm gonna try to use the blight to my advantage here and try to scare the shit out of just everyone in the local area if I can.
All right.
What I was going to do is use shock to have kind of my hands and forearms light up with kind of this crackling power from the blight. And I want to use the fact I'm trained in social interactions, although I guess that's not intimidation, so maybe not, to try to use the fact I can control the blight and kind of say, like, scare people off, like, don't come close! Don't come close! And I'm going to try to walk around and scare people with it as my goal while moving.
And you don't have intimidation or anything like that.
I don't. I
just
only have
social interactions.
trained in social interactions. Yeah.
Yeah. Make me an int roll.
I'm gonna rules lawyer. Does it say pleasant social interactions or
Right.
all social interactions?
General social interactions. Just
So
general social actions.
I think that covers intimidation. I think that's both positive and negative, but your call.
Yeah, it's just from Kelf,
Yeah.
which is just
Yeah.
all social interactions.
All right,
I guess
I'll,
that would.
I'll give it
I don't
to
know.
you. Sure, this is social.
Okay. That's an int roll, you said?
Yes.
Can I do this
Actually,
with
now
effort?
with that roll. Huh?
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna
course.
say, can I do it with effort too?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Come on, lucky die. 17. Hopefully with effort. That's. Yes.
17. Okay.
17.
So the crackling definitely makes the crowd back away and pull away from you, and they step away, and some of them look back at Heliodor's direction too, because they sense a similarity in this blight kind of risk.
And as I do that, I want to just yell backward at Malcolm and say, "Would you get the bloody move on, please?" As I continue to try to make a path here through this crowd. And that's what I'll do.
Amon is still burned from the thing, so
He's on the table,
does
yeah.
not look like he's in the mood to be attacking. So
Well, good. He and I are different in that regard.
yes.
Because I am pissed at this little bastard. And you know what? I've been really pleasant, and I've sort of been holding in all of my frustration with him, and I am going to just unload on him. I can, with fleet of foot, if I apply a level of effort to my ability, I can make a long distance run and make an attack as my entire action for the turn, but my attack will be hindered. I'm assuming in that case it means both my attacks are going to be hindered, since as a Hisk I get a free attack with the tail as well as any other attack.
Nice.
Yep.
So I'm going to light up my cutlass, my blighted cutlass, as a powered weapon. So I'm going to charge it with my power, and hit him with that. And also I am going to smack him with my tail. Man, I am burning a lot of points. I really hope this works. And okay, so I don't have to roll for the fleet of foot. I'm just burning points, but the tail, that's a 9. And that is also 9, and it's hindered.
Yeah, that misses then.
Yep. And the cutlass is 19.
Oh, the cutlass definitely hits.
So,
and you get a minor effect with it too.
so I'm going to do 8 points of damage to him. So, 6 from the
Yep.
6 from the cutlass, and no, I'm sorry. Cutlass is medium. I'm gonna do 6 points of damage to him. 4 from the cutlass, 6 from the powered weapon, another 2 from the powered weapon, 6 total. Crackling energy strike coming down on this little bastard, this little flaming bastard. And for my minor effect, I would just love to not have spent the points on one of these effects I'm using, either the
Okay.
fleet of foot or the powered weapon. It's
Pull
the
out
same
the
as
powered weapon because you're right above him. You have a moment to make it work, so let's save it from that.
super.
And when you bring it down, you feel going in that it crunches through some armor that he has. And
Good.
but you feel it like you feel his body just and go limp under the blade.
Hopefully someone will save him, but it's not going to be me.
You also notice that the people on the docks, because of Vay's action and now yours, stopped chasing Jen's, with the blight power that Vay used, and they've all drawn their attention back this way.
Yeah. So with the
Fantastic.
with the long move, I'm just going to get, so basically, ideally, sort of shoulder to shoulder with Vay.
Okay. And from
Sword.
that
Crackle,
position,
crackle.
when you get there,
Yeah.
you see in between you and Heliodor is this old woman, and she sort of pulls into an alley, and she raises her hand in a come hither motion, and then she disappears into the alleyway. Heliodor, you see that lady who was in front of you kind of do this thing where she kind of waves to them and looks at you for a moment, and then turns into the alleyway where you're near you. It's like one building over from the theater. Jens, you are able to kind of lift yourself where you can see what's happening when you hear the crackle of the energy, and you notice people have stopped chasing you, but they're not chasing anybody at the moment. It looks like whatever's happened has made them just sort of freeze in place, and their backs are to you. Z, you also see them no longer coming down the docks. They stop where they were, and they turn, and their backs are to you now, and are looking back towards the the town square where Vay and Malcolm and nearby Heliodor down by the theater have drawn a lot of attention, especially with the use of their blighted powers, their blight powers. Why don't we? I think we're going to go out of initiative for the moment because I don't think we need to be in it yet because they're all frozen and sort of uncomfortable with moving forward, and you can sense this from them.
All right.
They have their blades out and they're ready if something happens, but you can just see in their eyes that they're a little less interested in pursuing the murder of the crew than they were before, and maybe even more fearful than they were before. For sure, not maybe, and definitely more fearful than they were of this little tiny ship of the crew of this little tiny ship of yours.
Yeah, they thought we were incompetent before.
I'm gonna
that's totally changed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the whistle that we do on missions that means get the fuck to the ship. I'm just gonna like resonate with my crystal and just big blast of a whistle.
A huge whistle goes out.
Heliodor, sighing as his and Malcolm's attempts to make peace had gotten ruined by Malcolm himself, sighs very heavily. You can see him like doing math in his head for a second, and then he goes back into the theater, grabs his bag. Z, do you have your stuff on you, or would you like him keep your stuff in the theater?
No, I'd probably have my stuff with me because I expect shit to go down with our group at all times.
Okay. And I don't know anything about Malcolm, Bay, and Jen's stuff, so yeah, I just grab my stuff and then I leave through the back door, and I'm gonna navigate the alleyways to the weird bug woman.
Okay.
And that's going to be me for the moment.
Jens, were you planning on doing a disguise? And do you want to have completed it or want to come out without it?
I will have completed it. Yeah. No,
Okay.
half disguise, just ruining my disguise kit. No, I will have put on like a fake nose and I'll put on like a bald cap and some glasses as well. Some like weird glasses, like Coke bottle ones that really like refract the light from my eyes. So it looks like my eyes are a different color. And I'm going to also just put on like whatever stuff I find, like odds and ends down in the bowels of the ship. I just sort of like drape it over myself so I look like I'm wearing different clothing. So I peek my head back out to see if the coast is clear, and I see probably the after effects from whatever Malcolm did, that huge thunderclap and that sound, and everyone sort of turned away from me, and I come back out, and I'm going to try and sneak back down into the crowd.
Okay. Heliodor, you and Z are the only ones looking in that direction. Can you give me an int check? I want to see if you recognize Jens through this
16.
Disguise. 16, okay. Z?
Thank you, Marlon, for the great acting there.
Yeah.
Really keeping me paid attention.
That's a 9. I'm fully distracted trying to get this ship ready for us to GTFO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Heliodor, you think that's Jen out coming from that other ship, but maybe not. It's
too far.
I have other things to be dealing with anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
You head down. So Jens, you feel like they don't seem to be paying attention to you.
Oh, I love it. Okay, then I'm gonna grab their attention. The attention crowd's like, "Hey, everybody! I saw that fucker Jens Pulsar get on that ship," and I point to Amon's ship.
And when
He was saying, "Oh, you guys are all fucking assholes and idiots, and you didn't know your asses from your elbows." And I think he set a goddamn fire on that ship. Let's get him, boys!
And when you point at it, you see that the flame on the back has actually risen quite a bit now. And now the crew turn also, and they start running over to try and get buckets to put it out.
I say we storm the ship and we don't stop until we find that little fucker.
There's a nervous moment among the crowd, and the mob realizing that to get to the ship, some of them would have to go through Vay and Malcolm. Only a few are on the other side. The few on the other side, they start heading down right behind you. They go, do you want them to go past you, or do you want to go with them to that other ship?
I'm going to start moving towards the other ship like I'm really directing. And I was like, go, go, go. And I'm just sort of like going to walk. I'm going to run slightly slower than everyone. So they just start moving past me and like whip them into a frenzy. And do I have any oil on me? Let's see,
I don't know. Do you?
Oh, I do have a bag. How flammable is mush?
It'll burn. It's a mushroom drink, and it'll burn. It's not.
Okay.
I mean, it has alcohol too, so
Yeah.
it's fermented.
All right, I pass out the flask of mush to a person who looks the most unhinged, and I say, "Here's some water. Get up, get in there, and put out that fire."
They grab it and they take it with them.
Yeah, and as there's just slowly moving past me, I go slower and slower until I'm like doing an old man shuffle jog.
Right.
And then I wait to see if they're, hopefully all of their attention, I wait to the point where almost all of their attention is onto the fire.
It is.
Okay, and then I'm like, and I turn and I fucking bolt back to Malcolm and Vay, and I'm like,
and now the three
and
of
I
you
don't say
together?
anything yet. Yeah, and I'm like, guys, it's me. I know it's a brilliant disguise, but it's Jens. Let's get the fuck on our ship.
There's still a crowd between. I mean,
Have they left or they?
Yeah,
There's a crowd between you and the theater, but not between you and the ship now.
And the crowd that
But
was sort of following
Yeah,
Jens,
they've
but realized that they were
yeah,
going to have to go past the two of us.
Yeah, they
Oh, because I'm past the two of you anyway.
They
so
went to the fire.
Yeah.
I drew them from you, I think, right?
Yeah,
Well,
you
so
drew
no,
them
it's
to the
like- it's
fire
like-
at the end of the dock.
Yeah, we're in like a corridor, and you were on one side of it, and pulled that half of the corridor. We still have like another half of people, I think, on the other side of us.
Yeah, between you and the theater. But they seem reticent to do anything, especially with Malcolm with that blade out that is crackling with blight energy, and Vay's
Right.
hands
Deadly
with-
hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
blight hands.
Yeah.
So where do the three of you want to go?
My apologies. Can I request an intermission now since we're at the hour and a half mark?
Oh my God, are we?
We are.
Yep, we are.
All right.
Absolutely. Let's
I-
take
I-
5 minutes.
I know that this invisible cat would really like me to feed him, so be happy to.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Be
Thank
right
you.
back.
Thank you.
See you in a few minutes, everybody. Everybody's audio is fine now. Thank God. All right, welcome back. All right, we are done with our bio break. Let's get back into this. So, Malcolm and Vay and Jens are in a group right at the edge of the dock area.
Mhm.
Z is on the ship, and Heliodor is back by the theater. The three that are together, you see everyone sort of, they had stopped and now they're actually pulling away from you a little bit, because I mean honestly the crowd is mostly normies, just regular people. They, there were some other sailors and they made their moment of notice obvious, but they weren't expecting the kind of dangerous looking attacks that they got back, and you can tell that they're reconsidering their actions now, And there are a couple people who have gone over to Amon are going over to Amon to try and help. But you're standing there and the crowd is just not speaking. They've gone silent. And just out as this is happening, there's like another wave of the insects to start rising from the water sands behind all of you and make this sort of sheet of color and beauty behind your blighted blades and hands crackling with energy. And you see their eyes go from you kind of up again and into what's happening behind, and they catch a breath for a moment and then they back away, and that you can see that they're not interested in the actions that they were taking before, and they pull back and they know there's too much risk, and they see us, what some of them probably take as a sign.
Yeah, standing there silhouetted by the
Yes.
the luminescence, bioluminescence behind us.
Yeah.
I take an opportunity to say, sort of under my breath today, did you see the old woman in the alley?
I'll also say back to him, I was about to ask you what's the over-under following her back there.
Well, Heliodor's back there, and I think he saw her, and
Heliodor went down the alley behind her.
and I think he's gone down the alley behind her, and he saved my tail, so I'm not leaving him alone down there.
I just start walking mid-conversation. I'm just heading to the alley immediately.
All right. I turn to Jens and say, "Excuse me, stranger. My perception's not bad, but I can make a roll if you want. Although he said it was him, so
Yeah, no.
And once he said that, it's easy to tell. Excuse me, stranger. My name is Malcolm Keel, and I'm on the crew of the Grinning Jack. Would you be kind enough to go and tell our remaining crewmate that Vey and I have gone to fetch the last of our crewmates, Heliodor, in that alley over there, and that if there's and if we're not back in 5 minutes, then all of the members of the crew should come down that alley and save us?"
Mal, why are you talking so weird? Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
You get here!
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why I should trust you, but I'll do as you say for now. If it means getting that rapscallion Jens Pulsar to justice.
Yeah.
I heard he took a shit on Amon's skimmer.
Yeah.
And then I just go. I just go.
Great. Good. I catch up with Vey.
Okay. You catch up with Vey, and you head to the alley.
Yeah.
Heliodor, you start going down the alley, and as you do, you realize that it's, with all the illumination coming from the sea, it creates these big long shadows down the alleyway. Like, it really creates way more light than you would expect from a bioluminescence event. But this is not a regular event.
Nope.
And as you go down it, you realize that the bugs in the cages held by this woman's staff, they're bioluminescent also, and they create an orangey glow in the alley. And the alley, though, gets these long shadows that darken, and it seems like too many steps down, and it just turns into darkness and the glow of the bugs in the cage. It is deep dark.
I stop at the edge of the last light before the darkness, and then that gives way to the circle the woman is giving off. And I say, "May I have your name?"
You may. I'm Kosira.
I am Heliodor. How may I be of assistance?
You have something that I think I would like to. I don't need to play games. You have a ship that I find interesting with a crew I find more interesting, including you, Heliodor of Icea. Am I not? Am I correct?
Um, is there any sort of subtle hand gesture I can make to see if this is a woman from my faction? I do have knowledge, faction communication methods.
Okay, yeah. Why not?
So does she react?
When you do this the sign, she starts walking. Instead of going down the alleyway further, she turns and she comes to you, and she reaches for your hand. Do you let her touch your hand?
Sure.
And she puts your hand down, and she puts her hand on your hand and says, "I'm not from there."
My eyes narrow a bit because if she's not of my faction, she knows them, and that is certainly concerning.
Right.
Um, what's the closest thing to insight we have on in this game? Just an in check?
Yeah, you can make
Yeah,
you can make an intellect check on anything if you're not
Yeah.
trained in perception
Yeah.
or perception rolls.
All right.
And there are insight type skills too,
Yeah.
just through Cypher, if not directly through Harrow.
That's a 4. Okay.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I can't get a read on this woman, but given everything else that's happened today, Heliodor will sigh and say, "Very well then, come along, prospective client."
Oh no, you
And
come along with me. We can't have our conversation here.
I know, we're heading to the ship now, aren't we? And I will
No.
loop my...
Oh no.
Oh?
No, we're heading deeper into the alleyway, which would be going away from where the ship is.
Okay, my insight may have failed, but that certainly gets my hackles up. Why?
Why? To show you something, of course. You and your friends, when they get here, they should be here momentarily. Do you wish to wait for them, or would you like them to catch up? I can't go fast enough to outpace anyone here. And, she has a limp and kind of walks at a slower
My
pace.
mind goes back to earlier that day when Z told me not to go off anywhere by myself from last session. We can wait for them.
And your friends show up at the end of the alley, and you see that site too, where the alley gets dark, except for the light from the insects, and behind there, with all the light from the aurora, dance, it really does create long, deep shadows. It's just
But this is
very bright.
this is unnaturally like her end of the alley is unnaturally dark, or
It's more like the light back there is creating these super long shadows from the edges of the buildings that kind of reach way back, and then right at the end is her staff with these bugs in cages that are bioluminescent and have a pretty bright glow to them on their own too, and they're glowing. They're all aglow at this moment.
all right.
Your friends Your friends are here.
Malcolm, Vay, this is Kosira, a prospective client of ours.
Client? Well, that changes things for the better.
We should continue on. I don't know how long they'll be enthralled once this wave of light concludes. It's not that far.
Lead on.
And she walks. She has a limp, and she kind of walks at a slowish pace, but not like the limp keeps her from getting anywhere at any kind of a pace. She can move some. She
Am I in this
exits
little group, or have I already left?
You went to the ship.
I went to the ship. Okay.
Yeah, you get to the end of the alleyway, and she starts walking to. There's a little pathway into the woods back here, the mushroom woods that are back in this area.
Madam, we're a collective as a ship. The three of us, whatever your offer may be, the three of us can't make a decision without our two compatriots.
Will they be coming shortly, or should we?
If we wait long enough, hopefully they'll show up. But if you say we're tight on time, unless you have a reason why we're going to have this conversation somewhere other than the Grinning Jack.
I have reason. We'll wait then. I don't mind waiting here.
Well, we cannot make a decision, but we can hear her words, and I would hear what she has to say.
Anything you care to tell us before the others show up?
Oh no, I wouldn't discuss this near the town. There are too many ears. You get back to the ship, Jens, and you see Z is there. What are you doing on the ship, Z? Are you like prepping it for sailing?
Yeah, I'm full prepping the ship for us to get out of here.
What do you say, Jens, when you get there?
You're muted.
You're muted, Jens.
No,
So
Jens,
we missed
no.
all that.
Okay.
All that brilliance.
I'm just catching my breath. Oh, okay. Well, I have not run like that in a while. Oh, it's me, by the way. Don't shoot. Right, I'm not part of the angry mob.
I was like so ready to punch you in the face. Okay.
No, listen up. Okay, so here's the deal. There's a bunch of shit that's gone down. Everybody's angry, but I managed to lead them towards a Mon ship, and Mal says we gotta go. We got 5 minutes. We gotta get everybody on the ship. Anybody who is not on the ship is that. In 5 minutes, we are go, and we are going to find a new place. I'm extrapolating from what he said, but the long and the short of it is we got to get everybody here and get out.
Jens, of the two of us, I'm the only one that can sail.
Roger that. Do you need moral support?
No, I need people.
I'll do my best. All right, I mean, Mal and Vay should be around, any second now.
Oh, okay. Jens, focus, old weird Jens guy. Where did they go?
I don't know. The last time I talked to them, they were at the table. They were just, facing off against the rest of the mob. I got half of them away, so, I did half the work of the whole crew. And then the other half, that's their own thing. They were dealing with it somehow. They were using some freaky-deaky powers, which, I deeply respect. They were using some Blight powers, which I thought was pretty cool. But, look, it's not time to talk about that now, okay? We're going to have a philosophical discussion about how cool the Blight is later. Hang on.
I'm going to do
Give me a second.
I'm going to do like 2 short whistles and a long whistle, which is like my code to Malcolm for maybe Jens is doing some bullshit, but get back to the ship.
Before that, though,
yeah.
When Jen said he did like half of the work, for some reason, as they're waiting, Heliodor's eye twitches.
Yeah.
Well, there are four halves. He did one of them.
Exactly. Is Heliodor here?
No.
No.
Talking to Z.
No.
No.
Yeah.
It's just us.
What the? Why is everybody so irresponsible? All right, fine. I got to do all this myself. All right, I go back out there. I dive off the ship into a
Z,
barrel.
please tell me you punch him.
No, Z is just assuming Jens is gonna die in the water sands because he just jumped off and goes back to getting the ship ready to leave.
Yeah, Jens, the water sand is not like swimming in water. It's
sand.
more like swimming in quicksand.
Like radioactive quicksand.
Oh no, I assumed that it had not lifted off yet. But if it's already lifted off, then I just walk down I descend on a rope.
And there's a line of people that are now assembling to carry buckets and all of that to try and put out the ship on Amon's ship. On the glider.
Oh yeah. Do we have any oil
Carrying
that we can
buckets
use
and
on
stuff.
those flames?
Well, they did use some
More
of the
fire.
oil.
That's what we need. More fire.
Yeah, on their
maybe.
ship, not
Let
mine.
Your ship isn't that far from theirs.
Let me
And
double.
fire's spread.
Have you
Let
ever
me-
heard of the London
Yeah.
fire? It can jump rivers.
I'm not going to add oil to the fire, but I'll hand him something that looks oil that's just water.
All
Did
right.
There you go.
am I was I too far to hear Z's whistle signal,
I'm
or
gonna say you hear it just like it echoes through the alley a little bit.
all right? That's Z's signal. She's they're on the ship. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And I will move at top speed to the back to the grinning Jack.
You head back. You get to the grinning Jack, and you see there's
The bucket
rows of
brigade.
people, right, the bucket
Yeah.
brigade has begun trying to put out the fire. It probably will get put out. I mean, it'll do some damage to the ship for sure, but
Not my problem. So I don't even know how that fire started.
nope.
No.
You get to the ship.
Yeah.
You see some old man and Z on it.
I've seen the old man before.
What's this about us leaving you guys in 5 minutes?
That's
That is just like prepping the ship still.
we have a potential client. What I said, stranger, was if we weren't on the ship in 5 minutes to come and get us.
No, he told me to leave you.
Yeah, you can't handle the ship by yourself.
Exactly. That's why I whistled, because I was like, Jen's trying to tell me I need to leave, and I'm the only one that can sail on this ship right now.
Listen,
Right.
I was panicking. All right.
Yes. We haven't cast off yet, right? And the sails aren't fully up or anything like that?
Everything's prepped, but I haven't hit go yet.
Great. Good. The two of you, please come with me.
All right. I guess. Yeah.
While they're dashing back and forth, I'm just gonna ask the bug lady. So the weather.
Yes, the weather. It is.
Yes,
It's there.
it's certainly around.
And I know that Z and I can pretty easily, I think, outpace. Gents, do you have fleet of foot?
Do I have fleet of foot? That's a good question. Let me see.
It's an ability.
I do not.
Okay, then we'll move at a walking pace.
You move at a walking pace. You get to the end of the alley, and you see they're still down there by the wood's edge.
Great.
And
Zai's
Bay,
gonna
when-
lean to Malcolm and be like, "This is the same old lady that we followed like earlier today."
Yeah, she's been stalking us in the hopes of catching our attention to hire us, at least. So if it is a trap, she's been laying it for a long time.
Did we piss anyone off who would look like an old lady?
We've pissed off a lot of people.
That's why
I
I'm
mean,
asking. I don't think any of them are old lady-esque,
pissed off
but
a
I
lot
mean,
of people.
gestures that old man Jen.
Right. If it's a trap, someone's putting a lot of effort into this, and I don't Well, it would be a shame to let all that effort go to waste, but it doesn't feel like a trap.
Jen's just trying to think of who he's pissed off.
Zai just
Running through
like,
the list.
yeah.
Mhm.
Zai just kind of like shrugs and like readjusts their forearm blade and like resettles their gear a little bit. And like,
No, they're dead. In jail. I think we're good.
Okay. Well, that's reassuring.
Get back. All here then?
Yes.
All right. And she turns and just starts walking into the pathway that goes through into the mushroom woods.
Heliodor follows, a very peculiar look on his face.
Anything you want to share with the group? Heliodor?
Not yet.
All right.
Zai's like full head on a swivel because she's like, we're leaving town into the mushroom woods. Like,
Malcolm, can you make me an int roll, please?
I'd be happy to. $13.
Okay. And you all get to, it takes a while of walking. You're probably walking, 20 or 30 minutes. And then it opens to a little clearing in the woods here. And there's a little hut. And there's a bunch of these cages with bugs in them. All of them that look like the same type. They're all these, what you would call orange blippers. And all these glowing bugs are called blippers by most people.
All right.
But unlike what you see out there, where there's just all these different colors, orange is pretty uncommon, and these are all orange in here.
All right. Like,
And there's a
go ahead.
And
Was it like someone's been breeding them or selecting them or curating them, one or the other?
yeah, and there's a table with a bunch of chairs around it. Please, are any of you hungry, or would any of you like something to drink?
Time is of the essence. My apologies for being so rude, but if this is a matter of business, I would prefer it to be done with, so we may be on our way.
Well, it's a shame to refuse hospitality, Heliodor, but
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Zai's just gonna like sleight of hand like she's having something and not at all.
I mean this with all the rudeness. I don't take food from people I don't know.
Oh, I thought Heliodor had told you that I was Kusira. And Kusira, by the way, is a Kelf.
Well, I've only given that Malcolm and the name, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Well, it is true that none of you know me, but that's not exactly the same in reverse. I know who all of you are from the ship, of course, but one in particular. And she looks at you, Malcolm, and she goes, do I look familiar to you?
Not particularly. I have to admit I have some trouble telling Kelfs apart.
You knew my sister, who was a ship captain. You served under Elkut Raz
I did.
on Aurora's Prize.
Yeah, I did.
And that captain was my sister. And she told me quite a bit about you and your time there. And the stories you've had with her over the time while you served. And she said only the best things about you and your both capability and loyalty. She told me of this Hisk navigator that could draw star charts from memory and even knew from a sideline whether they were listing less than 1 degree off course. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's you.
That I have that honor.
And that Hisk got up and left because of finding a blade. Off to become a blade master or something.
Yeah, I did. It's the sword I'm carrying.
So
It's
you
not
follow a
yours, is
passion.
it?
It's
I did.
not mine.
I did.
Do you believe that you should always follow your passions when they are so reckless and dangerous and full of unanticipated risks?
If the risk seems to be worth it for the reward, then absolutely. I don't believe in foolish risks like some of my crew, but I certainly think that, as the saying goes, ships are safe in port, but ships are not made to be in port.
They're not?
They're not, Jens. Ships are made to be out in the wild.
Okay, writes that down. Not in port.
I'm actually looking for someone, a crew, that's willing to do something foolish, not to do something typical. And the reward is, of course, what you make of it in the end.
Are we talking a skimmer job or a grinner job?
I would say that you would see it as a skimmer job, I think.
All right.
We'll probably come back.
Proceed.
I've seen things in both my age, but also in ways that others may not see, ways I can't share easily.
Heliodor's eyes go loop around to the orange blipper bugs all around them.
But I'm too old to chase the dream anymore. And I don't wish a treasure to be left uncollected. Especially if it could bring you both the wealth that you want and maybe do some good. Although I can't guarantee either.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some money that I'm willing to share as I've been gathering. But I need someone who is willing to do something never done to a place unknown for a treasure that may be immense or it may be less. I don't know exactly which.
My apologies, Kosira, but quit baiting the gas asked with if meat and just tell us what is going on.
It does have the sound of a gatherer's tale at this point, and not a job.
I've considered many crews coming in and out of this harbor over the years, but the stories that my sister told me over and over kept me from applying my mind to them. And I've waited a little bit and watched how you handled yourself here and considered my time. And I know, like everyone on the sea, drink is important.
Mm.
But I don't think that drink is as important to you as you think it is to you. I can definitely make sure you sail with at least a couple of kegs of fermented drink, and make sure you have the rations and foods you need.
Sorry.
Do you think glory is something that is discovered or earned?
Both.
I think that one man's glory may be another man's infamy, but
I've been drawing something. Give me a moment. And she goes inside her hut and she comes back out and she puts in front of you this drawing. It looks like an island with some massive gems sticking out the sides. And it's like a spire. It's just massive and tall and reaches up.
Game Master?
Yes.
Gil, light lore.
You have not seen this island. You're not really sure what it is exactly. It definitely looks like a blighted island of some kind to have all those gems
hold on.
rocking out.
If not that, then oh wait, that only works with technology. Never mind, go on.
And when she puts it in front of you, she also puts a baton in front of her. Please don't touch the baton. It is not necessarily safe. Heliodor, you know this to be an ancient technology.
Okay. You saw where I was going next already, huh?
Yeah. This may need to go with you. And it would be, of course, part of your payment. I've seen this island hundreds of times when I sleep. Hundreds of times.
Ooh.
But I'm not done. I know you. I can see on your face the skepticism when someone says they have sight.
Well, I mean, Jens keeps talking about the same dream where he's standing in front of a crowd of people with no pants on. It doesn't mean it's... What? Actually? Go on.
I'm hoping that all of you have bigger dreams than those of Welk's gliders, that you, by the time I'm done with this, will feel, if not interested, no, if not obligated to take on this job, at least interested enough to consider it. Mm-hmm. So when I have these dreams, there's a Kilyaran, a woman.
Hold on. Kilyaran or Kityaran?
Kilyaran.
I don't recognize that word. This is me, the Crest, talking, not Heliodor.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm saying it right. I think it's...
Do you mean one of the ancients?
Yes.
Catherian, I think.
Hold on. Oh, yes, Kitarian.
Kitarian, yeah.
I had the L there instead of the T.
Okay, Heliodor's eyes narrow again.
Singing or something. I don't know the language, but there is something to tone that says singing is there. I never hear the actual song, I more feel it. And she's standing on a shore of this island. There's a long sandbar, not sandbar, wouldn't be, it would more like a I guess it would be a sandbar. Place where the water sand edges up to just a rise of sand along it.
Kasira,
Yes.
perhaps, as I said earlier, it would be best to stop beating the ghast. May I? And I offer out my hand to her.
And she puts her hand out.
Awaken dreams. Show us the image.
And
I'm interested.
she closes her eyes for a moment, knowing what's happening, and allows the vision to show. And there's an island. By the island, there are along the shoreline and in the air, there are orange blippers, these orange insects that are all over the place here. In the thousands or millions. Just tremendous numbers.
But solely orange.
Only orange.
That's unusual. More than unusual.
And you can see in the sky that it is during a beautiful aurora.
Mm-hmm.
And she you see in the vision that this woman in it is crying. And when she pulls away some, that you realize there's more than one. There's a group of them. And they're all crying. And their hands are held. And the skies the aurora begins to move in harder waves and start, instead of the gentle waves that they normally do, they become more abrupt, rougher. And the bugs, when the view turns away from the island, you can see that all of these bugs, these orange blippers, are coming and converging on this island. And you can see they're coming from one direction. Do you have navigation, Heliodor? Of any kind?
No.
Okay. Malcolm, do you have navigation?
Yes.
In this vision, you can tell they're coming from the west.
All right.
So they're going from the west to the east.
Mm-hmm.
And the island itself, you see it, some of the gems begin to very gently glow. And then the vision ends.
Question. Would Heliodor recognize the gems that were glowing as akin to, I believe the word is the triad?
They're not the triad. They're not as grand as that.
But
They're
are
just
are
large.
cousins? Or
Maybe.
no?
Maybe. They're big and they definitely have energy.
Zai's gonna catch Malcolm's eye and just kind of like nod off to the side for a moment.
And she looks at you, Markham, as the vision fades, and she goes, "Navigating by starlight is for amateurs. Have you ever tried navigating by bug light?"
Bugs rarely keep fixed positions, and this can't be a contemporary vision. The Kitaria are gone, old woman. They came, they ruined this place, and they buggered off back to wherever they came from.
But every time I release these bugs, these orange blippers, they always, during this time, go the same direction. So if that island isn't there, where are they going to? So now I ask again. Are you foolish enough to follow a fool's dream, or just practical enough to maybe sail to the next port and make a few dollars and some mush?
Heliodor sighs. I can't ignore this.
Zai's trying not so
Yeah,
subtly at this
that's
point to
fine.
be like, we gotta talk crew.
Yeah. Can you give us a moment to discuss it?
Yes. Oh, and Heliodor, you can hold the staff if you'd like.
No, thank you.
But avoid the ball at the top. It is risky. All right.
I'm going to leave the tech there for the moment while we talk.
And she says, I'll go inside and get some bread and some drink. And she goes inside.
Zai's gonna like walk a little bit away from wherever she went because, you know, trying to get as much privacy as possible. She's gonna be like, look, she could be a Ginch. This could be a Gatherer's Tale. It could be a complete Bungie trade. But we need to get the fuck out of here for a while.
Yeah.
And let things cool off.
I
She's
confess.
willing to pay us at least to go there. So that's something.
So at the very least, we get out of here.
Yeah, we get money or trade.
And at the most, if those truly are Kiriara, again, we cannot ignore this.
It's a lot of wealth, a lot of fame if we bring back some kit tech.
In addition, those crystals could be worth something too.
Well, that's too strongly for they.
Heck, even the orange blippers we can catch again, those go for crazy.
You almost never see
what do you
orange
think?
flippers. They're, of the insects, of the bioluminescent ones, they're the rarest.
They, gents? What do you think?
I'm always in. If it comes to kit tech, seeing some of the, I mean, it does sound like a wild gatherer's tale, but if there really are Kitiara just walking around still on this earth, then, well, we gotta find them.
Faye?
I'll go wherever you go. I don't have really an opinion one way or another, although I do not believe people with a collection of bugs, but...
It's not the dumbest thing we've ever done.
And especially not for trade. A trade up front and maybe a massive trade on the back end.
Yeah, as long as there's drink and food, it'll get us, and it'll get us out of here. And once we're out of harbor, we can.
Less talking, more doing. I agree with Malcolm. That
The ship
fire's
is-
only spreading.
Yeah,
We
the
gotta
ship
go.
is mostly prepped to go. We just need to pull anchor and throw the lines. We're ready.
All right. Well, sounds like we have come to a concord then. Knock on the door frame.
Okay. And the door opens, and when it opens, she hands you a basket. Can you take this to the table, please? And she's got some jar or glasses and some drink.
Mm-hmm.
And in the basket, there's bread and mushroom spores that are like a fruit, and other foods. You know, comfort foods for cozy living.
Mm-hmm. It's very kind. If we think that you have yourself a ship and a crew, we need to get the provisions from you, but we would like to depart this place as quickly as possible. There's a fire down at the docks. Hard to believe.
I know. It's hard to believe, especially that particular ship.
I guess there were a lot of people who found her to be a dislikable little shit.
Yeah. I'm one of them. Maybe it was me that started it. Who knows?
Who knows? I'll
we
never
didn't start the fire.
tell.
Yeah.
Then give me a moment. And she goes inside. She brings out a cloth and puts it over the basket. You can take that with you.
Mm-hmm.
and she rolls out two kegs, and they're branded with the Cogs emblem on them. And she says, "One moment, one more." And she comes back, and there's a chest, not a big one, but, and you can tell by the sound of it that it's moneyed.
All right.
Gems
Well,
and metals.
we've got enough provisions on ship to last us a couple of days and get us at least out of here. We can restock once we hit another town.
Yeah, I restocked us once we hit back from our last outing. So, I mean, we should be good to at least get another berth before we go deep.
All right.
So my ask is simple. First, I'm old, and I don't know how long, many more years I'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to hear the tales of what happens when you arrive. You think you could handle that?
Planning on staying in this town, or are we going to have to search all over creation for you?
I'll be here. If I'm around, I'll be here.
All right.
Secondly, try not to do terrible things with whatever you find. If there's things to be found.
That depends on a variety of factors, some of which are out of our control.
Yeah. I
Hence
also
the word try.
I also can't promise that if there are Kataria there, I'm not fond of what they've done to this place.
Oh, I'm hoping there aren't Katarians there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be pretty awkward. But hey, if
It
they
would.
left behind any cool stuff.
What are
that's
you
ours
doing
for
with
the
that
taking.
kit tech there?
Yeah, actually, Heliodor was going to go up and grab that.
That's for Heliodor.
Yeah, Jen's really. She said don't touch. It's a no-touching piece of technology.
Heliodor slowly walks up to that the thing as you say that, and gently grabs it by the end. She said was safe to do so.
Yeah.
I'm not touching it.
You'll learn about it as you spend time around it.
Well, that didn't sound ominous or foreboding at all.
It's an unusual thing.
Well,
I put it in my backpack in an out of the way place.
Okay.
thank you for trusting us and for the opportunity. We'll endeavor to return with some legendary tales.
I hope so. I'm glad that we finally got to meet. My sister spoke about you in the best of ways.
She wasn't bad for a kill.
I hope that whatever she thought of you, you think of the rest of your crew. The rest of the crew. You're a collective crew, correct? Interesting. All right. Do you need anything else from me?
I'm assuming we're gonna need some of those orange blippers.
Yeah, if we're
Okay.
supposed,
You
if we're
will.
going to follow them.
And she goes and she starts unhooking cages. There's, you can only carry so many, but she says if you each take a couple, you should have enough for quite a while. If you're going to release them, I would release them in small numbers and just you'll figure it out.
Will they breed? I mean, I
I've
don't
been
know how
breeding
long
them, but they will, but they won't fly in the direction for more than. I mean, we're in the dance now, so your time is limited by the dance.
All right,
and who
good.
knows how long the dance will last.
Hey,
All right.
Malcolm, if we saw them going west to east in the visions, I might know a quick stop where we can prep up for following them into the water sands.
All right.
And she piles up some bug cages on the barrels or on however you're gonna. I'm really too old to roll those barrels, so
That's
I hope
fine.
you're not You don't.
It's
want me to
fine.
do
We
that.
can make Jens do it.
We've been
Yeah, we could. Wait, what? Come on,
That was
guys.
You already did it once today. You could do it twice today. It's fine.
We've
I already
been
did it once today. I'm tired. All right, fine.
we've been sitting for 10 minutes. I could use a 10-minute rest. That was a question. We've been sitting for 10 minutes? Yeah? No?
Yeah, a little more probably.
Great.
Oh,
I
okay, good.
I could use a 10-minute rest.
Yeah. Does that mean I get my might back?
You roll 1d6 plus 1?
All right. Well, I only lost one might, and
Oh.
I think
Yeah,
a couple
so
of two intellects. So hang on, let's see. Oh, that's a 5 on the die, so 6. All right, good.
Yeah. Well, you rolled better than I did, but that'll still still hurting a little bit, but not too bad.
I rolled exactly the amount of lost. Perfect.
That-
I'm so happy.
That's a 4. I'm back to full.
Well, certainly by morning I'll be fine. And I can grab at least one of the barrels and throw it up onto my shoulder. I can probably grab both of them.
I grabbed the basket and one of the cages, but I don't get the chest or some of the other cages.
I'll carry the chest.
Happily.
Mm-hmm.
And some cages.
Yeah.
Maybe. And you load up. And when you leave, you hear her kind of just whistling in the background as you head back down the pathway to the town. And even getting to the town, you see that there's still sheets of light from the insects filling the sky that, I mean, it's beautiful. You have the aurora above it that looks sort of like they're recoloring it. And they add all this ambiance to what essentially becomes all of you exiting to your ship as silhouettes against this curtain. So you're almost not noticeable until you're right up on somebody. And you get to your ship and you can see that the fire on the other ship has been put out, but they're like dousing it with water and trying to clean the mess as much as they can. There's no longer
They're a beehive that's been
a bucket
agitated.
brigade. And you get to your ship and are able to drop off your loads.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing now?
I'm putting the chest and the orange blippers in our smuggler's bunk.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Those things don't exist on here right now. What?
I make sure the barrels and the basket and everything else we have is secure at our usual supply spot, I guess.
Okay.
And prepare for launch. Or launch, I guess.
So Z, you and Malcolm basically command the deck and get everyone doing the things they need to do. Pulling anchor, getting the sails up, guiding, controlling the rudder, and very slowly you drift out away from the dock. And you hear there's still commotion back on the other ship that had the fire on it. It didn't sink or anything, but there was definitely some damage that they'll have to stay in port and repair. And as you...
They do say that captains tend to resemble their ships.
Well, they definitely do today. Both burned and beaten. And you
Really?
sail out very slowly, pulling away from the dock. And it's weird trying to sail with all this bioluminescence. It's really rising all around you. It's not like it's a curtain in the distance. It's a curtain you're sailing through. And this is a round harbor, so it takes some real skill to sort of navigate out through the narrow entry when the entryway is very hard to really keep track of exactly at any one moment. I'm not going to make you all make a roll for it because I think you can take your time and kind of move it at a pace that's reasonable and safe enough. But you also know that these bursts of of light and energy come in spurts, especially at the beginning. And the dance can last for weeks. It's not like it's something that happens for a day or two. It lasts and lasts. And sometimes some years it's gone for more than a month or months in particularly long ones. Not constant, but in spurts here and there. As you come out of the harbor, this outburst of activity slows down and it becomes night-ish. With the aurora, it's never completely night, but you end up with the insects sort of die down. You see the lights from the town light up against the horizon, and you start sailing. And I think this is, even though it's a little bit early tonight, I think this is a good place to break. And you can contemplate your ship's next activity.
Right. Well, Z
next
says
episode.
that they think they have a destination for our first stop for provisioning up. So that seems like a good place to go.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go around, see where everybody can be found again. Let everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. Why don't we start with, let's go in reverse order. Let's start with Malcolm tonight.
Hi, I'm Alex Newman. I play Malcolm Keel. I'm a 7-minute GM. You can find me at 7minutegm.com or at 7minutegm on most things. I'll be teaching at Dragon Meet and the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo and Everwinter Nights, and I look forward to and also running games. So I look forward to seeing you all at my tables.
All right, Vay.
You're muted, Vay.
You're muted.
No! All right. My name is Jayke Paver. I played Vay. You can find me on my main site, which is, I believe, jakepaver.me. I am a GM for many games. I write books every once in a while, have some 5e stuff out there, and I'm a poet if you're a nerd like me and you want to see that. But you can find me at Jayke the GM, the Jayke Paver on various different medias, and yeah.
All right. Z.
Hi. So I'm justkay, Kayla, DM Dalliance, somewhere on the web. I do my own stuff. I do projects with other creators. I'm the general manager of UO. So if you liked this setting tonight, our Harrow the Blighted Plane book is out. Go grab it. We've got Kickstarter follow pages up for a collection of Cypher shorts. And for our next setting in Daggerheart, which is Foxfire, we have a bunch of stuff coming out the end of this year. And I have stuff coming out at the beginning of the year next year. So follow me on social media to get updates on that. And I'm always here if you have questions about Harrow or any of the UO stuff. Also, always happy to jump onto any charity streams, etc. Just really happy to be here and not dead.
Crest.
Hello, I'm Crest. Pronouns he, him. You can find me on Pillowfort with just the word Crest. From there you can find your way to my socials. I am the primary game master and producer editor of the podcast Many Stories, Many Games.
Jens.
Hi guys, I'm Marlon. I played Jens Pulsar, the Kelf who keeps getting into a bundle of trouble. You can find me at my Linktree /Marlon Voice, which has a link to everything else, or my website marlondance.com, all one word, dance like dancing. I got a couple of new animations coming out, probably will be finalized in the next few months, but if you're not interested in kids animation, there's a bunch of audiobooks of varying levels of spiciness which you can listen to me narrating, and that is on graphic audio as well as available on the Amazon site and a few other places, I am assuming. But yeah, check out my Linktree, and if you have a indie animation you want to get a voice for, hit me up.
I'm Scott, or Zeal of ZealZaddy. You can find us everywhere at ZealZaddy on all the socials. We have a backer kit that if you want to check out some modern day Cypher adventure in the horror realm, cosmic horror realm, check that out. And we will see you in a couple of weeks. It'll probably be a little bit longer. I hated ending a little bit early tonight, but the next segment is going to be bigger and take too much time to do in 20, 25 minutes. So I figured, well, let's roll out of here and plan for that one. All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Night.